I enjoy working with clients and helping them identify the source of these unusual problems in a safe and supportive environment. It also allows for confirmation in these intangible realms, which is essential for achieving optimal success. I was recently asked if I always vet or discern the light beings I work with, and my answer is yes. I have many strategies that I use, and randomness is key to your spiritual tool belt as it helps keep the dark side at bay. This black goo is out there, but it's never been able to penetrate you, but you're always constantly keeping it at bay. Now, they're going to clean it up and remove it, but we need to figure out the source of it, okay?
Okay.
I think I know where the source is, and I want us to look at the mainland. There's going to be, I'm going to pour down a rain of, actually, we're going to get our stuff ready. I'm putting a containment field in the sky. It's another giant tetrahedron, but it's going to be in the sky above this. There's a
Okay.
facade happening. So when you saw things, I'm going to say pixelating in and out, they were
Uh-huh.
trying really hard to make it look like you think it should look, but you could see the pixelations or the facade coming and going. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we're going to see what's going on here. And I'm going to start pulsing this area of, we're going to bring down a rain of salt and a violet flame up. Five, four, and three. Do you get an idea of what kind of beings these are?
Okay, I'm going to say no. I know that I know, but this is one of the areas that seems to be blocked from me being able to actually just like see them and describe them to you.
Okay. I'm going to just give you some species names and give me your gut reaction, or if you can do muscle testing, muscle test, okay?
Okay.
Dracos,
No.
reptilians,
Yeah.
okay? There's more than one species, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Mantids,
No.
okay. Any insectoids?
No.
Grays,
Yes.
okay. Grays are usually, the grays and reptilians are starting to work together because they're like, oh snap, we're kind of losing control here.
Right.
That's my technical term.
I love it.
Um, all right. So now we're going to have the teams go through under the land, under the ground, through the air, everywhere, and start removing all of their technologies, all of their, all those beings. So when we were looking back at the back of the beach and you were struggling to see what was truly there, it's like your subconscious self knew something else was there. And I could see this facade of like these structures and these almost like they're buildings, basically.
Yeah.
And they've set up camp and they were trying so hard to get to you, but your soul strength, your inner strength is so strong, they just couldn't do it. Um, all right. We're gonna let the light side clean that up and we're gonna do a little bit of a Q&A if that's all right.
Sure.
We're going to create a small golden circle, maybe 10, 15 feet in diameter, and it's going to be outside of our tetrahedron, but in front of us, okay?
Okay. Are we facing mainland, ocean?
Where do you prefer?
I'm sorry, it's going back and forth. Give me just a second to really get the answer. Mainland. I keep logically going, no, the ocean, but no, it's the mainland. Okay,
You
it's
know
the
what? I
mainland.
agree, by the way. I was having that conflict also, by the way. So, okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. Because I want to do the ocean, but it's like, nope, it's here. All right. So
Yep.
we're going to place that golden circle between us and that mainland. I'm asking that, I call them the spiritual police, but they're basically high-ranking angelics who've got quite a bit of force behind them. I want them to bring one of the reptilians into this circle so we can ask him questions.
Okay.
Let me know when you sense or see him.
He's not happy, but he got put in there and he's, trying to pitch a little fit.
Yep, that's normal. And I'm telling him right now, I'm actually going to have the teams block all communications between him and them up there. So we've got him isolated.
Okay.
I'm going to call him, he's like at the middle management level.
All right.
And I'm telling him right now that we are expecting honest answers, truthful answers. If I feel like you're lying or distorting the truth or lying through omission, do you understand me?
Yes, he does.
How long have you been negatively impacting Debbie? And I'm prefacing it with this lifetime.
The first answer I got was 5 years, and then that was overridden pretty quickly by 17 years.
Okay. 17 sounds more accurate to me. Does it to
Mhm.
you?
Yes.
Okay. And we're going to start with some yes, no questions for the most part, until we can build a easier communication.
Okay.
Are you surprised that your team got captured today?
Yes.
Are you the ones making noises in Debbie's house?
No.
I got to know also. Okay. Do you know what was making noises in Debbie's house?
Yes.
Do you have canisters of souls that you've collected?
Yes.
Did one of them escape?
Yes.
Is that whom is making noises in Debbie's house?
All I can get is a maybe.
Okay. He may not know.
Okay.
All right, we're bringing in more angelics. They're going to go below the land. There's these, I'm seeing tunnels and caverns under the land.
Okay.
I'm asking him how many of these, this is my word for them. I just call them canisters where they collect souls. They could be human souls, angelic souls, any species. They collect these souls to utilize their energy. And they can also reincarnate certain souls under their jurisdiction. Basically, these souls have been soul napped. Okay.
Okay.
It's vicious and cruel and nauseating on a good day.
Yeah.
I'm asking him, how many of these canisters does your team have?
I'm getting over 2,000.
Yeah. All right. The teams are going to go in and clean this up, collect them. Um, they're going to start creating a healing station first, like that golden circle. And these could be souls, soul pieces, soul particles, soul fragments. Think about when we do soul retrieval, right? We're retrieving a piece of the soul.
Right.
Mhm. It could be any of those elements.
Okay.
And they're starting to lift them up. They're just going in a large golden circle. Um, they're like over the land, they're not even over the water. So they're just pulling them up. I know this sounds rather fantastical, but it's a big deal. And what are you observing?
Well, at first, I saw them pulling it up over the ocean, but then very quickly the golden ring circle moved over the land. And I mean, it kind of reminded me of like when you go to the bank and you do the thing that goes in the tube to the window.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Um, they're under the water, they're under the land, they're under that black water also.
Okay.
I'm asking him, did we miss any of your replication technologies? When we think of dimensions, we often consider a general idea like the third dimension, the fifth dimension. However, in the fourth dimension, which has been hijacked and responsible for many earthly problems, the dark side has created what I call pocket dimensions. These are small dimensions hidden inside another dimension, usually the fourth dimension, and it creates the perfect hiding spot for the bad guys.
I don't know if this is answering your specific question, but what I'm hearing is there's a little pocket, there's a little pocket deep down in the dark water off to the right that has been missed.
It's a pocket dimension, is what I call it, and they will hide, I'm going to call them the seeds to regenerate what they've
Okay.
created.
Okay.
And we're going to have the teams remove that for us. Okay, I'm asking him, is there a part of him that feels glad that this is over?
Actually, yes, he does, which surprises me.
That's how I'm picking up that emotion from him. It's like, I'm just glad. Um, was he tired of the abuses from his bosses?
Oh, yeah, that was a definitive yes.
The angelics chose him for a reason. All right. Are there lower realm entities that we need to remove as well? I'm asking him.
Yes, and they're under the dark water all the way at the bottom and then underneath the surface of the ocean.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a low frequency gold ring on the ocean floor. So what we were doing earlier with the humans was like a 24 karat, right?
Uh-huh.
This is more like a 14 karat gold ring and it has a slight blue hue to it. So it's lower frequency, couple 100 feet in diameter, 1,000 feet in diameter, 2,000 feet in diameter. Larger than that, should be okay. It's under the ocean, and we can take our line of sight down there, or we can go down there, whatever you prefer.
Let's go ahead and go down there.
Okay. All right. We're literally taking this tetrahedron down the ocean floor, under the water. We're at the edge of the green. And we can, as we are down there, just start focusing in on that low frequency circle, golden ring. It is dark down here. It's really dark.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask that, we're going to lighten up that golden ring so they can see it. We're going to put in there several pots or vats of like this pure protein broth. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm sending out this message, and you can also do it in your mind's eye. You need to come into the circle right now. There's warm food, free energy for all of you, but you have to come in right now. You do not have to give any to your bosses, but you have to come right now.
Oh, I'm seeing a lot of them come in the circle.
Yeah. They didn't even
Like
really
like
hesitate.
they're almost like pushing each other out of the way to get into the circle.
Exactly. They're Wow, those poor things. I'm feeling a little nauseated from them. Um, I'm going to detach myself a moment. All right. There's plenty for everybody, but you all have to come in right now. Your bosses have been captured. This is your opportunity to get free energy, free food. You get to keep it. You do not have to give it to your bosses. They're still coming in, aren't they?
They are still coming in and they're uh, communicating such gratitude.
Yeah.
And
We're
they're slowing, they're almost sort of getting in a line, like, school kids at school in a line to go do something. So they're not as frantic now.
Yeah, and we're gonna double the size of this. They're and they can come in from all angles, but I saw that by the way. Um these lower realms are actually more intelligent than the average ones I see, which I find kind of fascinating.
Yeah,
Is there anyone in here who is willing to speak to us?
there is someone.
All right. Thank you. Can you tell us how long have you been under reptilian control? Do you know?
I keep getting between 25, 26,000 years.
Yeah, that's actually about right, by the way. Okay. Did you ever think this day would come to be freed from them?
No, and I feel like it's more of a feminine energy, but either way, they didn't want this to happen. They didn't want to do this. This was against their will.
Exactly. So, what happens with these lower realms? And they're more sophisticated than what I normally see, which is kind of interesting. Their job is to create havoc, their job is to create strife, to elicit negative human emotions from which they can extract that. They'll create dramas or fights between people which make no sense. Like, why am I upset about this? Why am I arguing about, what color toothbrush I'm using? Just this.
Right.
And they extract the energy off the human, then they have to give it to the reptilians, but they're always left hungry. If they do not comply, they are severely abused.
Okay, but are these beings, are they reptilian or not
No.
reptilian?
Mm-mm.
They're not. Okay.
No,
Okay.
they are, I'm going to call them the worker bees, so to speak,
Okay.
of the reptilians. I
Okay.
don't know their origination. I don't know what solar system, what planetary system, what universe they come from. Actually, I would just want to ask this guy. He's or she. I feel like it's a she.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Do you know where you come from? Lower realm entities are these long, wispy, shadowy beings whose job it is to harass the living. They then extract our energies and give them to their bosses, always leaving them hungry and feeling cold. They don't have much of a consciousness and they're rather rudimentary in their actions. So concepts like gratitude and love evade them.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm just gonna spit it out like I have been. Uh, uh Palladians.
Yeah.
What? Really?
You lived
Okay.
on the Pleiadian star system?
Yes.
Did you work with the Pleiadians?
Yes. They she's saying she is one.
Are a Pleiadian.
Wow, like I don't even know that this could happen. Okay.
This is the first time I've heard it happening too, but it doesn't mean it's not true because I don't know everything, right? Neither do you.
Right, right. It's just like sort of like a shock, like what? That can happen.
This
Yeah.
explains why they're more sophisticated than the average. So maybe they are not actually true lower realms, but their energies have gotten lower and lower and lower.
Okay, that would make, yeah, that feels accurate.
I was actually quite surprised at their sophistication level. So this actually makes sense to me.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm asking her, do you and your people need anything?
You just want to be free and go back home.
Yeah, we're gonna do that for you, sweetheart. We're gonna help you. Um, can you help
Oh,
us?
wait. And she's saying to please make a good note of this, that this can happen so that in the future, anyone else that you need to work with, or if this comes up again, that you're aware that this can happen. Okay.
Yeah, I do understand. Thank you. We can't give them too much right away because we their frequencies are so low they have to be rebuilt. Do you know what the purpose of your capture and torture was about?
There was some kind of a big, uh, almost urgent push for to increase capturing this energy, or creating this havoc and this energy, low energy in people, because the reptilians felt threatened. So they were sort of like pulling out all the stops to
Um,
get in more energy.
did they invade your planets?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know this. Okay. Yes.
Do you know who Debbie is?
Yes, I do.
Is Debbie one of you?
Oh my gosh. Uh, she's saying yes, and I absolutely know it in my heart.
Okay.
Whoa. Mm.
Today's a good day.
Oh.
We're going to start pulling them up to the surface of the water, but it's going to be gentle and slow. I'm asking her, do you feel like you and your people are ready for that?
Yes, we are. And um, I need to share that just a couple of minutes ago, um, just prior to you talking about how we have to do this slow because their frequency is so low, their frequency actually went from, whatever this means, from a number 26 to a 47,
Okay,
like that quickly.
good.
Okay.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Is she the one who's been making noises in your house?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just like sort of like in a little bit of like pleasant shock, but like, what? Really? Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She was trying to get your attention.
Oh, I'm sorry it took me so long.
She's saying, don't be sorry. We're here. We are, I'm just going to start speaking what she's saying. Very, it took one of us to get us freed. We are very grateful. Thank you. All right. Do you feel like they're at the top of the water yet?
Let me focus on that for a second because I was having tears and just sort of
Oh,
connecting with her and just feeling
keep doing what you need.
grateful.
Keep doing that. That's okay. Is she a soul aspect of you?
Yes, she is. Oh, my heart, my heart. Whoa. Ooh. Hmm. More wide open than it's normally wide open, and just this like sunburst of light, just whew, it just keeps expanding, expanding. It just like goes on to infinity, and it's just opened up and shining so bright.
I can
Oh,
I can see that, by the way. It's actually rejuvenating all of them.
thank you.
The opening of your heart chakra is you're sending them your energy, your love, which is regenerating, restoring, and healing for the whole entire group. There's thousands here.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they're almost to the full surface here.
Oh, I see them popping up out of the water.
Yeah. They're all still within that ring. We're going to raise the ring to a 22 karat gold frequency. They're very insistent that you not feel any remorse for, quote, waiting so long, end quote.
Okay.
They know the time had to be right, the circumstances had to be right. I'm asking them, her, do they know who I am? What are you hearing?
Okay.
I mean,
I'm hearing yes.
I got a big yes on that one. I'm asking her, is she the leader of this group?
I'm hearing yes.
Hmm. Were you able to escape them and then coming back and pretending that you're just one of the reptilians' worker bees?
Yes, that's how I was able to keep trying to get Debbie's attention.
Okay. I really admire your courage and bravery. Thank you for opening the doors for us, Debbie. Their gratitude is so intense. It's overwhelming.
Yes, yes, it is. In the most beautiful way.
These beings resembled entities from the lower realm as they were extremely weakened and had a significantly diminished energetic signature about them. However, their behaviors were quite different. They were organized, calm, and communicative. And I was trying to figure out what was happening as this group was so different than a typical lower realm entity group. They were very beaten up. They had been prisoners for so long that their soul's life force energies were incredibly weak. I was originally wrong about what type of species they were. In fact, Debbie heard who they were before I did. It took a lot of courage for this Pleiadian to reach out to Debbie. Had she been caught by her captors, her soul would have surely been extinguished. But somehow she knew she could do this and succeed. I am forever grateful, along with other countless light beings, for Debbie's courage in reaching out to me.